Alright guys, wanted to bring you in for a series update. So, here's the deal. I've been playing, and I've been recording, and I've got all these episodes ready to go. In fact, if you signed in earlier today, which this video will go out today on Monday the 28th, you will see episode 13, and possibly episode 14. I have 15, 16, 17, and 18 already recorded, and it's of the stuff I've done over the weekend and a little bit last week. But there were significant changes that happened today on Monday that I wanted to go ahead and bring you guys in and show you. So you're going to see some of this stuff, and this is going to be ahead of time. So you're going to see some episodes that come out, and I'm going to try to get us caught up to this spot. But I want to show you the map change for one. We have an obelisk change. This was Red Obelisk Mountain, where I built the base that you saw in just the previous episodes. And this map has changed quite a bit. They now have these snow biomes in, as we can see here. And the freezing really affects you this time. Seems like it really drives the food down pretty fast. So I've been having all kinds of trouble working with my bases that are over there. So that is in. What else is in? Dire wolves are in. I tamed a quick dire wolf, which you will see coming up in episode 18 when we finally get there. You will see the dire wolf, and I'm going to start looking around for the other two creatures that have come in. Neither one a dinosaur. One's an amphibian, and one is a mammal, which is basically the giant deer and the giant bullfrog. And I wanted to fly over here. Of course, I did it at night. You know, that's just how I always do this. The point was to show you how the map had changed. And what did I do? I went ahead and started this at night. So I'll tell you what. Let the night go through. I'll just pick up some drops, wait to get you guys back in. And then when it's daytime, we'll take a look at some of the map changes here so you can see it. And we'll talk about some of the update changes. And I wanted to get this out today because there was just so much that changed and so many different things that happened, but it's going to be a week now before you see those episodes. So I want to get something out today that was of the new stuff. So stay tuned. I'll bring you back in when it's daytime, and we'll show you some of the map changes that have happened and then some of the new features. Be right back. All right, guys, here we go. Sun's coming up. Now here's the big difference that I'm noticing right now. So we all know about that used to be Red Obelisk, and I was making a base there at base camp and up at the top of the mountain. And my base is right down, pretty much right to the left there. But now we have the snowy area, and that map's quite a bit changed. And we have Blue Obelisk over on this other side here, without the glare, that's actually Green Obelisk. And this is now Red Obelisk. So I couldn't tell too much of a change in this wooded area. I'm following, this is like a common place we've been through. This is like that little valley we go hunting through. We'd come down to these shores and pick up all kinds of animals that we tamed. This all still seems pretty familiar. Those rock formations look pretty familiar to me. I don't think too much has changed. I didn't really live here, though, so I wouldn't know for sure. Excuse me. But a little bit of it looks a little different, but that's hard to say because this isn't an area that I lived in. This looks very familiar to me. This seems the same to me because, yeah, these two pools, well, no, this is different. Now look at this. This used to be just beach and another beach over here on the side, but now you've got this mangrove forest. That's different. I can't even imagine what's in there right now. So this is the swamp biome. Look at all this. This is just completely different. I don't know if this lake is the same shape as it was before, but it looks really different to me. We're getting some crazy frame rate at the moment. That just might be some optimization that needs to be done. We had one of our guys over here, Kobe, and this is a pretty common YouTube Let's Player spot to build. Oh, it looks like they didn't change the crater, so he might be all right. I think he'll be happy about that. I don't know if for sure exactly, but it does not look like too much has changed. So he'll be happy. I checked out Deathbringers. His looked the same to me. My original base looked the same to me, but anybody in the north area there, or anybody down in that swamp area... Oh, we're going to run out of stamina here. Better go down. Hopefully in a safe spot. Now another thing that changed quite a bit was the spawn areas. Oh, of course. Come on. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. So one of the things that also changed was where all the different dinosaurs spawn. So I think they're more biome specific now than they used to be. So keep that in mind when you're looking for different stuff. I'm not sure you're going to find dire wolves, you know, out in this area. You're going to have to go into the mountain area. Probably the snow area. Are you kidding me? And the snow is brutal right now, so I'm going to try to build that fur armor to make that work a little better. So the map has significantly changed in certain areas. Some areas have stayed the same. Now we had some YouTubers that are over in this area too on our server. Might take me a few seconds to fly over there, so let me cut out and I'll cut right back in. You guys made it over to where the other guys are set up, and it looks like they're all okay. I don't see any real map changes in this area. Let's check out these guys that were in this little hidden valley. Looks like I might be the only one that had a base destroyed with the map change, but that's okay. Yeah, this looks, I think, pretty much the same. I think we had one other guy over here. We're getting some weird frame rate stuff right now. Yep. Looks like his shoreline stayed pretty much the same. So the big changes then were just probably the obelisk moves, and I don't know if maybe the actual obelisk itself has changed underneath it or not. So we'll go check that out next. So I'll bring you back in. I'm going to fly back over there, and then I'll bring you back in. I'm not sure, but this feels a little different to me. I don't remember that lake like that, but I could be wrong. I've not lived in this area. I'm just looking around. Yeah, this looks a little different to me. And I don't recall what this looked like underneath the obelisk, which is green obelisk. I thought the southern one here was near the ocean and an island. Oh wait, this is green obelisk. Okay. So this is not one I've been to very often. So this may still look the same. Okay. The one I'm thinking of is the new red obelisk. That's what I'm thinking of now. Alright, so I don't know if that's any different. You guys might recognize if it is or not. Just kind of giving you a wide look. A lot of that I think looks the same. Let's go take a look at the last obelisk. Let's get some stamina before we do that. And I'll go ahead and bring you guys back in and we'll look at the last obelisk change, and that way we've seen basically the 3 obelisks. The actual top of the new blue obelisk looks the same. So my mountain base is up there, and it looks the same, but we'll go check this last one out. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, as we approach in here, a lot of this looks different to me. This looks like a lot of swamplands now. When this used to be kind of like the south beachy area. Yeah, look at all of that. That's just crazy how much there is now of this mangrove forest. Not sure how much of the terrain underneath that is different. Get close to red obelisk now. Not sure if these hills have changed. I remember that island. Oh yeah, and there was a lake up here, so I do remember that. And I believe it leads to a waterfall. Yep, waterfalls. So I think that's the same. And so maybe they've just changed the positions of them, and they did not change the actual obelisks themselves. Yeah, so I think this has remained the same, this structure here. That's the thing. The only other times I've seen these was on the public servers, and everything had been so clear-cut from all the people building structures. You didn't really see all this forested area, so it was hard to tell. If you remember from my original video, I ran up this coast, or when I did my PvE tour, we made our base right up here on this coast. Oh, let's crunch down and get a little bit of stamina. They also, while we're here, fixed the dismounting is back to normal again, which is nice. And they fixed the ladders. The ladders were broken patch 116, but they did put a quick one out that was a patch 116.1 that fixed that. And a few server crashes and things like that. But mostly this was just a flyover in case, you know, maybe you would see the area where you built your base. See some of the changes. It seems like the drastic changes are definitely those swamp areas and some of those low-lying areas in the interior. Definitely that north part of the corner, the northwest corner of the map is a significant change. This is where I built my original base, so I was pretty familiar with this area. If we just fly through here, see if anything's different. This valley looks pretty similar. I think I even have a couple of foundations up here, I thought, unless they have gone missing. Nope, right there. A couple of foundations that I put in. So that hill's the same as far as I can tell. This was a good area. This is where I came over and got the raptors originally and a couple of the carnos. This was a nice valley to live in. But it led out right here to this lake, which was basically wide open and a beach. But now, that's a significant change. You can barely even see those Brontos in there. All right, so let's move back up and get one more good look at the snow area, because I definitely think that's one of the big things that's changed. Let's get a little closer, get a full steam of stamina before we get into the snow area, and then we'll dive in there. So let me bring you back in when we're a little bit closer, and we'll get a good look at this new mountain area and see some of it's the same, but some of it's also changed, and we'll take a look. Be right back. All right, here we go. So this is definitely the change right here. We recall there was like a mountain here that I thought about building a base on. That hill is still here, but now it is snow covered. Oh, frame rate loss again. My guy's freezing. Let's go ahead and... Do I still have my curry? Yeah, let's use that. I think that helps me with the cold. So here we have base camp, which I had to clear out a little bit because there was all kinds of stuff there. But that rock face seems similar, but it's not completely the same. And this is just a huge change. That right there is a big map change. So we'll just fly around here in case you guys see where maybe you made your base on your servers. See if we can see anything else that we... Oh, there's the elk and the dire wolf attacking the mammoth, it looks like. That elk die. Oh, and a Rex is in there. This feels like it's all changed to me too, this mountain. At least this side of it. It seems like I used to be able to... No, this is where I would come up, that's right. I would lead my dinosaurs up to this spot, which was... Yeah, this spot that would come up to the mountain. But this, even this feels different. It's all rock slidey like. Now the top of the mountain looks the same to me, I believe. Yeah, this part seemed pretty similar. I don't think we saw too many differences here. And the mountain base is still here, thank God. I'm pretty sure a lot of this has changed. Although we didn't have anybody living out here, so it was hard to tell. Mammoths. Let's find a spot. Hey, Mr. Stego. See if we can land right here. There we go. Welcome to Blue Obelisk Mountain. This feels all different and remade. And if we look around, let's see if we can find... These are the new oil rocks that have popped up. In these weird like ice caves. I'm pretty sure all that's new. This is not what the coast looked like basically yesterday or this morning. What is this? That's just cool. Almost like an ice cave. I wonder if you can get your dinos in there. So, as you can see, significant map changes in some areas. Some areas stayed the same. It's kind of cool. What's happening up here? It's a nice little effect. You can actually climb on these too, so you can kind of hopscotch along these rocks. Make for nice landing spots. I like this clear blue water. It's pretty cool. This seems a little different. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it just feels different. See, that's the arch back towards my old base now, or the new base I was building, but now we'll have to move. Yeah, I could come in here maybe. Possibly build it in there. There's only one way in from the ground. Interesting. The other thought I had was building over here, transporting everything across the water to this. Which would still, the reason I just want to be close to the mountain base. Might be a little far away though. Let's land. Oh yeah, out to the ocean. Oh. So let's get back on that guy. Okay. I think those are the changes that happened today. Oh, he's pretty heavy. Why are we heavy? It's weighing us down. Probably fences. Alright, so we'll fly back home and then call it good. That is the update for today.